Here we are with Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing
Good,
great.
good. Thanks for joining us today. Such a beautiful day where you are. I think that's beautiful day out there too. I'm not seeing, but
It is. It is.
yeah, it's a beautiful day, and I hope you're healthy and safe.
I
And
am.
yeah, good. So tell us a little bit about you and the Solano Economic Development Corporation and what role you play and all this good stuff.
Sure, sure. Well, thank you for having me. As you can see in my backyard right now, so I am just hoping and praying that a leaf blower doesn't go off at a next door neighbor or something. So taking a chance here, but no, thank you for the opportunity. And it's we're really excited. This is Census Day. Happy Census Day, everybody. Uh, we've been working on this with the EDC for about a year now. The Solano Economic Development Corporation, so what we do, um, contracted with the County of Solano to help lead the marketing push to make sure that everybody was counted here in Solano when the census occurred. So we've been working very hard, gathering information, learning about where our priority areas are in Solano, um, and more than anything else, gathering a group called our Complete Count Committee, of which Erica is a member, and I would dare to say captain of our team. She's done a tremendous job. She's really set an incredible example for the rest of the committee and really taken a leading position in that organization and done probably more than I think a group of 10 of the other ones have done. No disrespect to the rest of the committee, but she is a whirlwind of activity. Um, one of the things that we looked at when we first started this effort was making sure that we understood what the factors were that would contribute to a lack of a count. And what we found out in Solano County was a lot of those factors include economic. So people that were living in poverty, that had a lot more than the average person's living in an individual household, that were living below the poverty line, that were unemployed. But another huge segment of the population that wasn't counted was children under the age of 5, for a couple of reasons. Either those households were not being counted at all, or people that were responding to the census didn't count the kids that were in their household for whatever reason. So that's one of those areas where Eric has really jumped in, and other organizations as well, First Five and others, have really done a fantastic job in our region, and a lot of groups around the state have done the same thing. So if I could add one more thing, if you have some questions for me, happy to answer. But one of the things I wanted to talk a little bit about was how COVID-19 is affecting how we're doing this. And I know we've seen quite a bit.
I didn't even have to ask. You
Yeah, you
already
didn't have to ask.
answered my
Yeah.
question. Yeah. My next question was just like that. And then
Okay.
how you are addressing, but what lessons that this whole new situation is teaching us, some highlights that, so some things that you are learning and that you're seeing the community rising above all the challenges would be
Right,
great
right.
if you could share.
Well, yeah, every day is a learning experience with this, and we've had to pivot very fast, as you have, as everybody has involved in the census. Um, we no longer really have the ability to go out and have events, and to meet with people physically right now, for obvious reasons, and that was a big part of our marketing push. The other thing is, what we have, what we plan for is question assistance centers and kiosks, and those were locations around Solano County where people could go in a safe location, secure, and go online or by phone and respond to the census. We had 16 designated QACs, as we call them, throughout Solano, and all of those were in locations that were institutions that closed. And of course, now really all public institutions have temporarily closed. So those aren't right now something we can rely on, at least for the time being. So when I say pivot, we really had to change the direction of how we were letting people know about the census. So opportunities like this are absolutely amazing to reach as many people as possible. We also started utilizing some of the additional funds that we received to purchase ad time and opportunities in media. So if you listen to KUIC in Solano, you probably hear in the morning radio several spots, several commercials, and we've done a few interviews on there as well. We're working now with an organization that's getting the information out via email to roughly about half of the population of Solano to make sure that if they haven't responded yet, they should. And then we're working with several other online organizations that can help us get the word out. So really, in a way, and I hope this comes out sounding okay, taking advantage of the fact that a lot of people are at home right now, that they might have that few minutes to take filling this out. I recently filled it out, and it didn't take the full 10 minutes. It took about 5 minutes, so it's relatively easy when you're talking about 9 questions. So that's what we're doing right now. So we're trying to reach people for the most part at home, or when they're listening to the radio, or when they're online. Did that answer your question,
Actually,
Erica?
yeah, you did. And actually, I am trying to learn with the census. I didn't respond yet, and
Okay.
I just got my postcard reminder,
Nice.
third one.
Ah, good.
Well, the first one was a letter, right? And to
Yeah.
be invited. And then I receive a letter reminder, and then I receive a postcard. So I am pretending that I'm procrastinator, not
Yeah.
really. But and then I am testing the system and see, but I am not going to wait someone to come to my door, of course.
Yeah.
But it's if you didn't answer the census yet, you probably also received I'm saying in general, whoever is everybody is watching, you receive this postcard, but you're not going to wait for the next one because
Yeah.
you're going to answer today. Everybody, you can text your census confirmation number to Jessica at 707-580-4352 and enter for a chance to win $150 gift certificate.
Oh, wow.
And Bob, can
Yeah.
you please share, because as the president and CEO of Solano Economic Development Corporation, you have a pretty good perspective on how the census affect the economic planning of our city, of our county. Can you share a little bit how the census affect our economic development?
Yeah, yeah. It's one of the main reasons we got involved as an economic development organization. And to be honest, there's not a lot of other economic development groups that have jumped in to support this in California. We're one of the few, but I come from a research background in economics, and I know that just about everything that I worked on over the past 20 years was totally dependent on census data. So if you're talking about demographic information, or information about poverty, or wages, or income, or ethnicity, or all of those things that are really important for economic strategy, for policy, for infrastructure, for healthcare and protection, all of those things incredibly important for the health of our economy. That's why we fill out the census every 10 years. And if the numbers aren't reflective of what's really happening in a region, if there is an undercount, we have to rely on that data for 10 years. And we base all of our estimates and everything on that. So if it's wrong now, it's going to be wrong for 10 years. And and all of us know here, we really need to start focusing on infrastructure, on transportation, on where people are going to live, on health and safety. Probably right now, we're thinking about that more than anything else. Where we're going to plan our next hospitals or healthcare or funding for our healthcare, or all of those things that, frankly, some of us wish that we should have done more of in the last 5 to 10 years. So I know there's going to be a rededication for that. So that's, from an economic development standpoint, why the census is incredibly important.
Thank you, Bob. So any final words, any way that people can help the efforts? Of course, answering the census, but if you can share your final thoughts with us, would be great.
Well, first of all, respond to the census. Enjoy this happy Census Day, which is now, there was a time where this was when you filled out the census. This is when they took the census. And now it's kind of symbolic that, this is a great reminder for everybody to fill out the census, because it's over a longer period of time. But I'd ask for everybody to think about those around them, and where there is an opportunity to let people know about the census and how it is important to do that. I think I've had several conversations on just how easy it is now, whether that's online. We actually had somebody in our office call it in just to see what that experience was like. And it's just as easy, incredibly easy. So they've made it very easy for the population to respond to. Right now, we're doing better than the state average in terms of response. So we're happy to see that. But we still have a ways to go, and we need to keep that response rate going. So just think about it. I know there's a lot on people's minds right now, a lot of things on people's minds, but if they can squeeze this in for a quick thought to respond, or to contact any one of us to be able to answer any questions they might have, we're more than happy to do that.
Thank you so much, Bob. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day in your backyard. And thanks for everything that you and your team has been doing. And looking forward to continue to work with you, because today is only the beginning of the census month, right? So
Right.
We have a lot of work to do in a different way that we had planned, but who knows, maybe it will be even more effective. So
Hey, and we have a little bit more time now too.
yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Erica.